Hey, Parvati. Sorry. Hey, Samara. Good morning. I have already written down some topics that have happened during the week to pull some cards. What do you think about Hype trying to get Latin music label? I mean, would they would they hire like Latin American artists, or they would just take the Latin American sound and put it in K-pop? That part I didn't get. I mean, the Latin American business, it's pretty stable in the sense that I don't think it needs someone's intervention. I mean, I don't know. I think they're trying to get the Latin sound and Afrobeat genre too. Um, um, well, if it's available, I don't know how they would sound like. For me, I'm from Latin America, but for example, I'm not a big fan of reggaeton. Like, yet it's nice to listen to it at parties. It's fun, but it's not a particular genre that I like to listen to. So I don't know how they would go mix with K-pop. But I guess they're trying to be experimental. So I don't know. I have to listen to it before. You know, like I won't. I don't know. I already have a style of music, and I don't know. Like you know my groups. I'm a fan of whatever they bring. And I also love DPR Ian, for example. DPR Ian, DPR Live music. I'm a huge fan of theirs. So the Rose is here in Argentina. They were in Lollapalooza. We had a Lollapalooza this weekend. And they performed yesterday. Oh, I was so sad for the poor guys. They were melting. Definitely. Like, I hope that that's true, that they don't sweat, that you know, they do not have body odor, because actually the heat here, it's pretty intensive. Like, it's really hot in here. So I seeing them with those shirts and stuff, I was like, oh my God, these guys are going to get overwhelmed because of the heat. But they were so nice, and they sound so good. I didn't know they were coming. I didn't know they were part of Lollapalooza. Had no idea. We'll see how Lesserafin comeback is going to sound. Yeah, we will have to see. Like, but I just, I'm a very simple person. I believe that for me to enjoy a song, except if I listen to it on TikTok, then that's another experience, because TikTok doesn't last that long. Hey Natasha, but if I have to be honest and really like talk about my playlist and what I listen, I usually listen to songs that have a structure. I don't like the same phrase to be repeated over and over until it ends. Like, that's so annoying. Like, I don't know why they're doing this these days, but I guess I don't know, it's to make it short. I don't know. I think they realize that the stuff is poor imitation, so they're trying to acquire companies within the genre. I'm excited for Le Sserafim. Yeah, definitely a lot of girl groups. The ones that I really like, guys, I don't know if you listen to them, is XG. XG, I'm a fan of theirs. Like, I like their music, their style, everything. They are so talented. Yes, the girls are talented. Oh, oh yeah. But that's also maybe for me why is the reason why I like them so much. Because of the influence. Everything that people of color create is much more appealing. It's much more like, but I understand what you mean, Samara. I understand it. Like if they would start using like Latin American things, you know, too much and in a very like weird way, I would also feel like a bit like, but it's business. It's business. It had always been like this. Since the history of time. But yes, their music is great. Yes. If you were to put them against these K-pop groups today, those girls would win. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I remember that when I started, I don't know why it. Yes. I remember when I started like watching because I would come across their videos on the music shows, and I would watch it, and I would notice that the crowd wouldn't react at all. The first times they performed, they show in there, the group, the entire crowd was silent and in the dark, and the poor girls giving it their all, despite of it seemed like a black ocean. Like I know it's not that big, but they really like it took them a while to actually get people to cheer for them, you know. And then I started watching like as weeks started to pass, I started noticing that maybe one or two were cheering, and then eventually they won the crowd. But and I believe that fans were also showing up. But at first it was awkward to watch, like from that perspective of the camera, especially when they have this like solo cam, that you can see very well the audience, the audience head and them, and it was very awkward. Even me watching it, I was like, poor girls, like why the people is not like, celebrating them. XG slept on due to them being Japanese. Yes. Seriously, I hope they get to perform in an international music festival. Yeah, I remember when I pulled cards for them. Remember, I did once. I did pull cards for them once, and they got the card of generosity. That we were talking about that, how for them it would be very nice if people would be more generous with them, you know, like. Yes, I did. I did, Samara. In one of my lives, I know it's there. I put it on a title. Yes, on a live. Hey, Hope. Actually, my intention is to do a reading for them on a channel, you know. I know they are minors, I know, but just, you know, to see the whole group as an entity, you know, not so much diving into the girls. No. I'm not going to start reading for the girls because I know they're minors. We will have to wait. But yes, to sort of like give like, to see the dynamic of the group. They have great chemistry. But yes, I totally understand, Samara, what you're saying, because I also don't like that girl to have the braids. Like, like she's, like she could have another hairstyle, you know. And I did watch a performance where she had straight hair, and I was like, you know, happy that they, you know. I'm like, you know, I don't. Like there are other styles that you can try, you know, that you can do for them. Like, but braids is not necessary. It's not necessary. Mm. Group are ready for them next year because they all will be 18. Oh, 18, I believe. They are beautiful as well. They are beautiful. Like, I don't know what is it about Japanese women, but they are beautiful, beautiful. Like, there's something different in them. I don't know how to explain it. And also, um, I don't know why I came across a TikTok. No, it was not a short of one of the members, like solo fancam, and they were like like in the video it was her dancing, like the camera was focused on her, and I looked at her legs, and I was like, oh my God, this is so great. She has beautiful, very toned, you know, but beautiful legs, you know, like tights, you know, beautiful. I was like, oh my God, thank God, thank God. Because if I see skinny legs again, I'm going to freak out. Like, like I loved, you know, the body shape. Like it's very, I'm sure they're very skinny, but it looked healthier somehow. It didn't. Mm. I liked her legs. Yes. Oh, all of them look pretty. Yurin used to do modeling. I saw a pic of her with Gigi Hadid. Oh, maybe that's why. I remember when Itzy had toned legs and was popping out crazy choreo till Nets point them out. Oh, yes. Remember you? Was it Runjin is her name? I always forget her name. Ryunjin. Her legs, my God, what a beauty. What a beauty. What a beautiful woman. Like, I don't know, guys. I'm a sucker for tights. So I looked at her strong tights, you know, in comparison to her small waist. And for me, it's beauty. For me, it's beauty. I don't know why. It looked very attractive, like very strong, you know. Um, Yes, her leg fuck was fight against the shorts, yes, and Nets drag her for it. I can stand Nets. She went viral for her shoulder dance move. They make her diet more nowadays, yeah. I remember the shoulder dance move, yeah. No one does it like her. She also has a strong attitude. I love her. Um, and also talking about, JYP and legs, and shorts and pants. I'm thinking about my bias about Lino, that I always mention these guys, that for me, I don't know what's going on with the stylist and Lino, but I want them to give him the proper size of the pants, because when he uses these leather pants, they seem to be like, slowly like moving, moving downwards, like sleeping. I don't know. It gets stuck in the middle of his legs. It doesn't look okay, So probably it's not the proper size for him, or probably they are too low waist. And my bias has a booty, he has shape. He's not fat. He has shape. And I just hate it when they don't dress him accordingly to his body shape. You know, um, I when I see him dance, I'm like, oh my God, those pants! It must be so uncomfortable, because they look like like they just doesn't fit him right, because they're slowly like going down and getting stuck in the middle. So I'm sure it must be uncomfortable to be flexible with those. Yes, give him better pants. When he does those moves where he has to spread his legs a bit, you definitely can see that the the pants is like stuck in the middle. Like when your pants waist lowers and you get stuck in here, and no, no, definitely it's not very. Um, Thank God, I think that what keeps somehow the pants in their place, it's the belt that sometimes they use for the mic. But you cannot always rely on that. It can, especially if it's a leather kind of fabric. I can see he's not comfortable in fighting the clothes, yes. Especially because he's a main dancer, so the first thing that he needs is flexibility in his clothes. Flexibility, and of course that it has to be, a good quality. It doesn't have to break, or tear apart. It has to be like stable. Thinking about that, I was analyzing if maybe I should get another reading, another bias reading with Nico. For Stray Kids, Lino, he's my bias as well. And I was wondering about him, Like, I was like, oh, I would love to do a compatibility reading with Lino to see how awkward we would be with each other. Because definitely we would be awkward. But yeah, and also to know a little bit more about his birth chart. Nico has a great wisdom to share. It's when you get a reading with them, it's not just that they talk about the compatibility, they also talk about each other's birth charts and aspects, and it's very interesting. Like I know how to do a synastry, but I'm not an expert on reading it. So I find it like a very an amazing opportunity to to read them. Leave them Scorpios alone, Vanessa. No, I won't. I refuse them. Every Scorpio that possibly could debut, it's mine already. It has my name on it. Vanessa's future boy, yes. Yeah, I know their attitude. I mean, their their somehow the way they could go after relationships is a bit similar, but they are also very different kinds of Scorpio. They are very different kinds of Scorpio. For example, I could also do a reading because I was between the boys Taeyeon and Lino. But the boys Taeyeon, I once was in a Discord group with some DOBs that were astrologers, and we would exchange, opinions, and they would always talk about, the guys' placements and stuff. And one of them used like the Vedic astrology, and she would tell me a bit about it. And I remember that once she had, because to do the synastry, you have to also have like a sort of program. It's not that you just find it online. You have to pay to have it. So this is why astrologers, they, of course that they have to have a price for their services. But, astrology also is not cheap. It's not that everyone can have access to, to analysis and reports. Actually, you have to buy certain programs and you have to, configure some things. It's not something that anyone can do. This is why, with the knowledge, the informal knowledge that I have about astrology, and even I have studied for so many years, I don't feel ready to talk about neither synastry nor composite charts, because that's a whole other language. It's a whole other way of working, and it takes a lot of work to actually pull the two charts and somehow analyze them. It's like you have to be an expert. That's why they're expensive. This is off topic, but NCT 127 is going to collab with Web Comics. I think they're having their own comic book with a storyline. Yes, I watched that. Yes, Parvati, I read that as well. I'm so excited. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a storyline. But yeah, whatever they can do for the boys is okay. For the guys, it's okay. So, but guys, do you follow Utah? Have you seen his pictures with his former co-stars of High and Low? He was having drinks with them, and I'm just so happy that, there's a part that I don't know if the translation is okay, but in one of the group pictures, he put something like, "Oh, my first Japanese friends," and I think that that's so sweet, and that's so like, it must be special for him, after being so many years away from his country. I mean, like, of course that he visited, of course that he was there, but not like the way he is right now, where he's working, and for him to make friends, outside of the group, outside of NCT 127, outside of SM, I think that I'm happy for my bias, like, I want him to make friends, and for him to be received well. Of course we know that he's popular, yeah, that, of course everyone knows about Utah, but I'm glad that he's like making connections, and friendships and having fun, and not just all day talking about work, or just, being in each other's posts or pictures because you are in the same show and you are promoting each other, We can give you all a storyline in our MB, so here a graphic novel. Usually share his family dog's pic. Yeah, Rapuchan. Yeah. I hope he can get more Japanese friends and get to hang out in a non-working environment to relax some. Yes, but have you seen how happy he is? Like really, like that guy, when you see him smile, when you see him like being free, literally, they change. They change. And I think that um, that's what I want for my biases. You know, I know that it's not much, but I want them to have that. And I don't know if you notice that there's a change when idols, for example, these idols that they start having like these acting gigs or these acting roles, when they like start hanging out with actors, I don't know, producers and everything that is related to the other craft. And they become like acquaintances or friends with those people. They change. They change for the better, I would say. Like, you know, because it's not just like, oh, the music industry. It's like they, for example, I see it with BTSB. BTSB and his relationship with the Wuga squad, with the actors, definitely there's a very different dynamic. He is different. You see that he's taking this opportunity of having individual activities to go hang out with them. You know, so definitely you can see that he has that option because once he worked with them and once he had the chance to work on this acting and what he got from that experience is friends, you know. So yes, and he's a totally different person. Like, and that's not to say that he doesn't have a great relationship with the members, but I think that he has a more expansive friendship. You know, when, for example, when BTS, it's like, you know, they are doing their individual things. Okay, he's not at his house like sitting alone, like waiting for someone to invite him to do something. He already has his network. You know, he already has his group of friends. He already has, like, you know, people that are like, yeah, like, I'm happy that you have free time. Like, let's go do something together. You know, let's create something together. And I don't know. I think that's what. Yes, definitely you can see like a difference in him. You know, it doesn't matter if the show is successful or not, if people watch it or not. He's doing his own thing with the people he likes. You know, and that's very important, especially in a business like this. B is free from house arrest. Oh my, house arrest. I hope JK too has normal friends, good ones. Yeah. But that's also, you know, when I think about B, I think about being a Capricorn, you know, because um, it had happened to me too. Usually, I meet people that they have a lot of friends, you know, and they just hang out with everyone. And for me, I'm a bit like picky when it comes to friends. You know, usually I tend to have friends of different age, you know, because I don't have like an age restriction, um, as long as they are not minors, of course. Um, but I always think about my friends or my acquaintances as a way to learn something from them. So I want to be surrounded of people with purpose, and this is very Capricorn. You know, like for me to go after the purpose. You know, for me, it's important to hang out with people that wants the same things as me. Not the same things, but they have a similar purpose, so I can also learn from them. You know, for me, it's like that I don't just hang out with anyone, with everyone. You know, like I know people does it. For me, it's more like, you know, I always think that whoever you associate yourself with, they are a reflection of who you are. So if I feel like you are not, or you're not a good influence for me, or I don't get anything like from hanging out with you, I usually don't hang out with people like that, you know. And in this case, I think that you definitely can see it with B, because B is hanging out with people that, yes, they're actors, but they are very well-known actors. Even the ones that probably aren't that, but they had been around for a while. So, um, so you know, this is a very hardworking people, you know, because when you're very famous like B, like you have to also like, who do I associate myself with? You know, and especially these guys that they all the time they're working, like they are not going to meet random people. You know, they sometimes they cannot even meet their own family. So it has to be in the business, but you know, trying to be the least toxic of the businesses, you know, or the least people that are not the problematic. For example, Park So-hoon, he seems like a great guy. I will hang out with Park So-hoon. He knows Spanish, so I will hang out with Park So-hoon. Like that guy, it's very, um, he has a good head on his shoulders. Definitely, I sense that he's very, very driven. You know, very, but very fun at the same time. So I wanted to pull some cards. I have it written down here about what I saw that had been going on during the week. And I have this that, for example, is the TXT. I know they had an issue, or the fans were complaining about, you know, an interview, something that happened that it was very like disrespectful to them. So I wanted to pull cards for them to see how they were doing. I have your boy here, Samara Keeho, to pull cards for him. I have him here. Also, I have a Girls' Generation Taeyeon that I know that there was like, she posted something about quitting in referring to a scene of the glory, and everyone were freaking out. And I want to pull cards for her because I know that she's a Pisces and I didn't have the chance to read for her, so I'm going to do it. They call Kai a term for white people in Hawaii, but he's biracial, so people saw that it was uncalled for. A SMA producer left. I just want Chandler to buy SM. I want Chandler to buy SM. That's what I read. That he was very rude. Being the next BTS. See that's I remember I did a reading for TXT. Remember I did one on the live, I believe. And then I did another one for the channel. That it was a hey Rim, that it was a reading for yes, TXT for 2023. And remember that I got these cards. I got these cards of them really like being better, but somehow always like having like to step back. Like there's something in there. And obviously the guys had accomplished so much. They had accomplished a lot of things. I seen it, and it was I love their last release. They definitely are growing and expanding, but there's always this next BTS thing, that it's a heavy burden. It's heavy and it's confusing and it's not them, So the guys need to flourish on their own, like they are doing it. So it's a bit disrespect to compare for both parts, to compare. Okay, let's pull cards for them to see how they're doing after this. You're seeing me, guys, right now with natural daylight. So if you see all my wrinkles, this is me in natural daylight. This is me. No filter. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. For TXT, we got the Devil card, Free of Swords, the Hermit, Ten of Pentacles. And then from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, they got the card of Mars in Aquarius, Rebellion. So, I mean, they definitely want to put like the best attitude towards everything. I believe that these guys are, but whatever goes on in their minds, no one understands what they go through in their minds. Like the level of anxiety that they have inside, the level of stress, the level of uncomfortableness, like they try not to take things personally, but it's like I tell you, they seem to be doing well and moving on in a lot of aspects about their career. But their egos as individuals are a bit bruised. They definitely feel betrayed somehow. There's this strong sense, this bittersweet sense of like, I cannot let go of this grudge, or of people not really understanding what we are about, what we are bringing. And that definitely hurts them as people, and this is why I think that they are like, here with the hermit, they are like, we better just keep it to ourselves. We better just do our thing, do not say much, do not do much. Like, we will do what our career demands of us, but when they think about showing themselves individually, for example, in these sort of interviews, they are like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to put myself out there again like this, because they feel very like, I don't know if they are not like well guided or well prepared for these sort of interviews or these sort of scenarios. These scenarios are like the fear scenarios for them, to be misunderstood, or somehow for people to have these malicious intentions. Definitely, they represent, like, there's a lot of, here with the devil, they definitely are in a very hostile environment. Like, I don't know if they are like some people's punching bag, but it seems like the criticism is always towards them. It's not towards the other groups. It's always them. Or these people being very, very mean, being very like this, not just disrespectful, but being mean to them, and then having to put up with that, because the devil, it's about, okay, yes, I'm in a very toxic environment, but I still have to work with these people. So I have to, put a straight face and be professional, like they ask them. Because I believe that they're like, okay, if you start complaining about this, you will sound childish. So you do not complain. You choose, overcome the criticism. You act like nothing is going on. You act like, it wasn't that serious. You just smile and move on to the next. And maybe for them, inside, it really does affect them. They definitely have some trust issues. They feel like, like, wow, like, really, these people that are working with us, they really, like, are they sabotaging us? Like, are they, like, really, like, working for us or against us? Like, what's, so this is what here with the hermit, definitely you will see them, like, retreat a bit. Like, not to show that much, not to say that much, yes, to do whatever they have to do to the public, or to the fans. So, but, here we end again with the Ten of Pentacles. So I think that if people ask me if a TXT is going to be successful, or if TXT is going to, sell a lot of things and be number one, I would say they will. I will say they will. Like, because they do have, like, they are in a company that provides, when it comes to their material needs and the material gain and everything, they have everything. They have it all. It's the same card that I always pull for Enhypen. They could have a lot of issues personally with them, a lot of like anxiety, and actually not saying much, not expressing it because they don't want to look weak. So they hush, they bottle everything inside. But the success is always at the end. So this is why I guess the tarot it's always very straightforward in this sense, that if the fans wants to know if the group is going to be successful, they are always going to be successful. Monetarily, like numbers. But what's going on in their heads is very different. And this is what the cards are showing me. There's a huge difference between what you see in each comeback and the songs and the concept, and everything is perfect. Here with the Ten of Pentacles, you will always get a perfect TXT universe, you know, and you will see them shine, and you will see them like being very well taken care of. Also, like when it comes to resources, they will always have it. I believe they have a lot. I wouldn't say they have too much, but it seems like they are in this sort of castle where everything is provided for them. Everything is provided. So this is why I believe that for them it's very harsh to speak up and be like, hello, I have a problem here. I don't feel so good about myself. You know, I feel a bit uncomfortable dealing with certain situations, dealing with fame, you know, but they have this mentality that because of everything that is being provided to them and that is very stable, that they should hush and not complain. You know, so this is what it affects their mind, because they feel like guilty of feeling like this. You know, why can I move on? You know, the past is the past. Yes, it was a very uncomfortable experience, but you know, it's done, it's over. You know, I have to move on because there are a lot of things to do, a lot of things that I have to accomplish, a lot of hits, a lot of opportunities. You know, everything is golden. But on the inside, they feel very lonely because they isolate themselves. They do not talk about what's really bothering them, you know, because they do not feel able to do so. And also here with the card of the Oracle, Mars in Aquarius, Rebellion. Mars in Aquarius, Rebellion. Definitely, I think that the reason is this. I think that TXT is a very Aquarius group. This is why they got all these swords. They are not emotionally attached to, they want to be emotionally attached to what they are creating. But somehow there had been so many criticism and so many words being said to them that they are hurt. And it's going to take a while for them to actually heal those wounds. You know, but physically you're going to see them glowing and shining. You know, they're not going to stop. The TXT is success is not going to stop because, you know, the company is not going to allow it to stop. You know, but here with Mars in Aquarius, the card of rebellion, definitely I sense that this is the role of TXT in the company, to be the rebellious one. They will rebel at some point. They will eventually start to speak about certain things. Not now. Not now. But definitely they have this, like, they have this individual experience about what it means to be part of this industry. That is very different to other artists. It's very different. They feel a certain way that others don't see, they don't experience that. So this is why they hush, because they are like, we are so alone in this. Like no one is going through this. So just smile, you know. But they have Mars in Aquarius. So definitely I expect for TXT to, at some point, where probably when they become more mature and when they have gone through different situations, to start rebelling, to start speaking up, to start like really getting into this very Aquarius era where they start to do the unexpected, where they start to behave unexpectedly, when they start to act like a rebel. So expect to see that from TXT. Because they, this is their role, this is their energy. I believe that their group is very Aquarius. It's like you cannot, they want to be. I don't think that they want to be free. I think that it's more about that they are not like the others. They are not like anyone. They are themselves. They are their uniqueness self. They are unique. And this is what they feel like people do not appreciate of them, that they are unique. They started with the formula, yes, but now they are unique. And probably they do not agree with so many things. There's something boiling with TXT that I always am like, you have to be like, ready to see. Yeah. It's like you're supposed to protect my image, and then an article like this comes out. It seems like a year of struggles, survivals, of change and stability. Yes, they only got one Aquarius, which is crazy. Yeah, but probably generational. I cannot say that word. I cannot say that word, guys. In TXT as a generation, maybe they do have some planets in Aquarius. K-pop becoming so heavy and not fun anymore is tiring. Wish things can go back to normal. Yeah. I knew there was a reason why I keep a lookout for them. Yeah. Because there's something is boiling in there. Something is, Samara. Something is. Yes. Something is. They are going to rebel at some point. They are going to rebel. They are going to rebel. It's just that they don't do it right now because there's a sense of loyalty, and also because what they are going through, like I mentioned, it's something that only happens to them as a group. It's not that it's happening to the other groups. So for them, it's hard to pinpoint, like, okay, this is happening. I don't know if it's the people that man, and I would say that there are some people very higher ups that they are not aware of this. There's some gaslighting in there, about TXT. So, there will come, their moment will come. Yes, Steve, I will pull them on my list. I have still some others to do. Let's go with Girls' Generation, Taeyeon, to see how she's doing, because I know that everyone was freaking out because of her posting that scene of the glory in where there was like a resignation letter. And she crossed the name of the character and put her own. So no, Rin, she was on my list because I wanted to do a reading for her for my channel because she's a Pisces, and I didn't have time to do that. So I'm going to pull the cards now. Sorry. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. Oh my God. What can I say, guys? She is the boss. She is the boss. She is her own boss. She got the sorceress, Prince of Cups, the Prince of Cups, Four of Cups, Three of Pentacles. And then from the oracles, she got the cards of Mars in Capricorn, authority. So she is the authority, definitely. Like that woman, she should have her own company right now. Like definitely, I would buy her company. Like she could run SM actually. Like get all these people out of there. So she starts strong. like, what can I say, guys? She's not. She's a very special woman. She's a very special woman. Like I never read for Boa, but I did read for for Taeyeon. And definitely we know that she's a leader and everything, but it's not just that. It's that she knows how to handle this business very well. Like she can look at people in the eye and know what they're up to. So her getting the first card, that is the sorceress, that is like the magician but in female version, I think that she's very powerful. She's very powerful. I see that she could potentially like getting invitations to probably work on something or to align with someone to work on a certain thing. But she has the Four of Cups. So I think that, yes, maybe it's very tempting and maybe she's like, oh, I should consider it. But to be honest, like her desire is not in there. Like definitely, she has a lot of mixed feelings about working right now or like associating with someone in particular to do something, because this could either be making music or just creating an alliance, because you know how a SM situation is. So I see that she's getting a lot of invitations. She's having a lot of like people coming to her and being like, we should talk about what's going on. What is your view about this? And what would you do? She somehow is considered like a sort of like a reference. I believe that people are asking her like, what is her creative vision, or what is her vision that she would want for Sam? So somehow she's been offered with a very generous offer. Probably has to do with the company. But I think that she's not. She could have a position of power, but I think that she doesn't want it. The only thing that she wants is for people to be able to work at peace, in peace. This is what she wants. She believes in teamwork. She believes that everything that she does it for the others. She does it for the groups. She does it for she's like, okay, I am I am now like a sort of reference, and I have I have a trajectory, you know. But honestly, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the others. So she's like, you know, I'm not my own person. Like I am who I am thanks to the group, or thanks to the other people that I worked with in the past, thanks to all these people that are working here. So her, even though she could take the lead, she could take, like being like, this role, it wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't be like, like I would go for it because she has like leadership. She has a strong presence. So people definitely would listen to her. But I think that her priorities right now is, I think that she's tired. I feel like she's like most of us right now with all this mess. Emotionally, she's tired. Emotionally, she's like meh. She's a bit apathic. Yeah, she has all the options, but she's not ready to take them yet. Emotionally, she's worn out. Thank God she's being considered. I mean, she literally, I can say that she has good opportunities and offers coming her way. So she is being very cherished and valued by the people that she works with. So she has a sort of privileged role in this. Yes, she does. Like, she's not struggling here. Actually, she's been too, there's a lot of courtship in here. There's a lot of people being very loving and being very like like wanting to win her over. And I think that that's what makes her feel a bit like, you're being too nice. Like, stop it. It's creepy. I'm here to work. I'm not here to be lovey-dovey with anyone. There also could be someone that is interested in her. This is when I got the Prince of Cups, I'm like, there's a love offer in here. There could be someone, maybe like a higher up or someone that, with the excuse of wanting to work with her, he is like, he wants to make his way to her heart. But he doesn't know that actually she's not interested. Like emotionally, she's not interested. She's someone that she's focused on work. I know she's not a moon in Capricorn, but it does sound like a moon in Capricorn. Definitely she has Capricorn energy, I don't know where, but there's a lot of like this very bossy energy, but in this case, she's focusing her energy to help others, she wants to keep working, of course. But I think that she doesn't also want her freedom to be taken away. She's very well where she is. She has the love and the appreciation of a lot of people, despite of all the changes that are happening. So emotionally, yes, she's a bit tired, and she doesn't want to make a decision right now. But she's very lucky. And here with the Mars in Taurus, authority. There could be a moment where she could speak up or do something that it has to do with asserting her authority. So yes, definitely expect of her to having this maybe this attitude of her asserting her authority. In the sense that probably she can talk about or do things that are very defiant or are very daring or are very like even dangerous, some things to say and do, especially in these moments. But she can say it because she has the authority. It's like she can behave like this. She can, throw a few comments here and there and criticizing a few things because she is in power. And accordingly to her experience, she knows what she's talking about. But she's doing it because she can. She's not worried about the future. But she wants to keep working. So whatever, like if it's about music, she will keep working. If it's about working with the group, she will still working. She is emotionally a bit like, it's not that, she's happy. It's not that she's happy, but it has to do with a lot of things in her life. It's not just the company, it's not just SM, it's not just like, the group. She has a lot of things about her own personal life that since she has this very strong energy of this boss energy, it's hard for her to connect with her feelings. And she's very emotional. She's a Pisces. But, it seems like the people that approach her are not good enough for her. She feels a bit like apathic because of this. She's like, I wish I could live like an exciting love life. I wish I could meet someone like that really could like, get that, yes, I'm very powerful, that, I am in control of my life and my things and everything about me, but still not feel intimidated by her. So, but love could come to her. Maybe if she would open herself to the idea of these people, there's someone that is younger than her, that is like, could be a water sign. It could be a water sign. Sending her messages or asking her how she's doing. Everything is work-related conversations. But this guy definitely has been in love with her for a while. A long time. And so he's slowly like, getting closer. Oh my, these guys. It's not just talking about work. You can have fun as well. Come on, Taeyeon. Come on, Taeyeon. Do you think K-pop in general have a birth chart? I think Saturn is very sensitive. Eva, now you reminded me of that. I want to do somehow start pulling cards for each group, but one card, one major arcana for each group, to see what energy they have. Each group, one card, one major arcana of what major arcana represents them. Well, I'm going to do that later. One major arcana for each group to see what their energies are. Do you think she renewed this year? GG contracts end up this year, so that's why people are freaking out. I mean, she could do things on her own, but at the same time, she's very devoted to the group. So I don't know. She's devoted to the company as well. Like, she's very strong type personality, and because of the things she went through, it's hard for her. It's hard for her to ease up. Yeah, but this guy is good. He's younger. This guy is good. It's good for her. If I would be reading for Taeyeon, I would be like, come on, Taeyeon, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know who it is. Don't lie to me, you know who it is. Yeah. But this one is good, Rin. This one is good. It's not like the other one. This one it would get her emotionally. You know, this card is good. This guy would really like cherish her for who she is, you know, like not trying to change her. Also, he admires her very much. But she's just like, it's like me when a guy when a guy that is younger than me approaches me, I'm like, what do you want? I swear, and probably they are the sweetest. Like they are like really sweet. Like, but it's hard sometimes for us, especially when you went through so much. Yes, you are a bit like, hey Amura. I'm sure everyone has crushes on Gigi. Yeah, yeah, but this guy has been around for a while. This guy has been around for a while. And she just friend-zones him, but she knows that she knows that he's not that nice because, you know, she knows. Yeah, she knows. She's just playing dumb, you know. Yeah, water sign. Girl generation Taeyeon. It's just that no Rim, don't go there, don't go there. Yeah, I'm reading for Girl generation Taeyeon, and I was talking that there's a water sign like pursuing her romantically. You know what, Rim? Probably she's acting dumb because it could create some problems. It could create some problems. Not for her. I mean, she's just been herself and been beautiful and magnificent like she always is. But maybe for the guy, let's leave it there. Just that honestly, you know, since she got this card of Mars in Capricorn, I think that sometimes for her it's not easy to somehow see if people that come up to her and are nice to her, if they're really being nice because they admire her as a professional. And I think that it's very hard for her to be like, oh, maybe this guy is hitting on me. You know, maybe like, he finds me attractive or he finds me interesting. I think that she, like you said, she had always been working, she had always been in control, she had always been like a reference, like a referent, you know, a leader. So maybe when someone, even if it's the opposite sex, you know, when someone is nice to her and approaches her and talks to her, maybe for her it's like, oh, we're going to talk about work. Or I don't know, he has some doubts about this, so yes, it's work. He's calling me or he's talking to me because, you know, work. And there's a barrier in there. There's like, the communication is not running very fluent. They are both talking about different things. Yeah. And also maybe she's too focused on her career and or trying to maintain everything under control. So, you know, for her, it's a tough position being her. Yeah. But I would go for that. I would go for that. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Let's put some cards for P1Harmony Keeho. Keeho, that it's Samara's pick. It's her boy. I don't know much about P1Harmony. But this is going to be my first time. So if you want me to do a general reading for the group, you can ask. Oh my God. Does this guy have a family? I'm sorry, Samara. Don't freak out. Don't freak out, Samara. A lot of family card. I'm sure he has a house of his own because there's a lot of prosperity in here. Okay, for Keeho of P1Harmony. Yeah. Yeah, like, is this guy rich? Really, is this guy rich? He got King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and from the Oracle he got Moon in Capricorn, practicality. Oh my God. Like, what can I say about this guy? He has it all. He's very stable economically, and also like when it comes to emotionally, he's also very stable. I mean, like, I'm like, it seems like for him to be an idol or to be part of a group is like his dream come true. His emotional self needs this, but his practical self doesn't that much. Like if he would have the opportunity to quit one day, he would have financial support. Or has he gone to college or university or something like that? This guy is powerful. And he's very confident at the same time. But he's very ambitious. He's very ambitious. He's decided to make it on his own, to create his own wealth. So I don't know if he comes from a family that already has a business or that have given him everything, but he's like more on the, I want to find my own path and I want to learn to work with others. He wants to put in the work. He wants to put in the work. I wouldn't be surprised though. There's a lot of people in the industry with secret families. Yeah, but no, in here it's like he comes from a family of a lot of, like I never seen anything like this. I swear, guys. And you know that I had been reading for them for a while. So the people that know, you know that how I pull cards, I never seen so much prosperity. Emotionally, and also like financially, because he seems to come from a very well family, not just in the sense of like, oh, they provide everything for him and he's rich. No, it's also that emotionally they given him their all at the same time. It's like a real family, a real, like, being really loving towards him. And this is why he's like concentrating and using this privilege that he has to somehow go and work with others. He wants to be treated like an equal. He somehow wants to start from the bottom. He wants to put the practicality, the work. If you see this card, the moon in Capricorn, it's all about putting the work. Do you see these people like working? He doesn't want things being handed to him freely. He wants to, get his hands on like on the dirt, and just like, come on, let's work. Let's put. I want to work. Like, I want to be of use. I want to get my hands dirty. Like, I really want to get involved in the process of creating something for me. And I want to participate with others. Like, he's definitely a people's person. He likes hanging out with others. He likes to cooperate with others. Or is he a soloist? No, he's part of the group. What sign is he? I'm volunteering today, so may not be able to stay on the live soon. But, okay, Hope. Okay. Do you have any requests, Hope? Do you want me to pull cards for someone and then you watch it later? There's a ton of rich idols. Yeah, I know, Rim, but this is the first time that I get it. Like, and I also think that it's not just about money, it's also about love. I know it sounds cheesy, but definitely his family loves him a lot. Libra with moon in Aquarius. Yeah, but if he has so many air elements, why is he so stable? Probably he has parents that are very earth-like, very earth element. Because, he starts here like the king of the King of Pentacles. So yeah, he's happy with the group. He's happy. He will do very well with the group. He's happy. And they are working on something. They are already working on something, but he's happy to be working with them. He's like, use me. Whatever you want me to do, I will do it. Okay, Hope. Like, this is amazing. This is amazing. And also, he's very popular. He's very popular. He has, he's like we were talking, he's very charismatic. But he's a person of service. That he likes to help others. He doesn't mind to do tough work. And I know that probably, I don't see like, an idol working the land. But it seems like he's a guy that he doesn't get all like agitated inside or nervous if he doesn't fulfill like a certain like outcome. He is practical. He knows that things take time. So he will always be waiting for the right moment to have, success with the group. It's like he is not that, that, like, he doesn't have that desperation of being like, oh, I have to make it, I think you would really like Keeho. Yeah, I'm sure I would because I'm like, I have to watch more of his because I'm mesmerized at how accomplished he is, at how happy he is. And you know, I think that he's very generous because he's like, since I have a good life, I want to share it with others. And I want to share my experience with others. And I want to share what I have with others. So he's, yeah, a great guy. Is Keeho the American one with the alleged Twitter? Oh, he's also a September Libra, not an October Libra. Yeah, he's the kind of guy that if, like I told you, if he would want to like quit, you know, he would have a stability wherever he goes. Like, you know, he's not, it's not like, there are some idols that really do struggle with, okay, are we going to make it? Are we famous enough? You know, how did we do with numbers? You know, he's not worried about that at all. He's nice. I'm going to check his stuff. I have to do a reading for the group as well. Okay, I'm going to pull cards for Stray Kids then. Stray Kids. They got Ten of Pentacles, the Star, Four of Cups. What's going on with these idols and the Four of Cups? King of Pentacles. And then from the Oracle, they got the card of Mars in Virgo, criticism. So, you remember that when I used to read for them, we got a lot of the hiatus card, that it was the Four of Swords. Now we are in this era where we're getting a lot of Four of Cups. So some idols are apathic, yes. Some idols are like, yeah, I'm supposed to be happy about this, but I don't feel anything. So this is something that we also have to take into consideration. When we get recurrent cards, it has a meaning, you know. Honestly, I think that the guys are okay. Like, I know that you mentioned Eva, this event that happened at the airport, that it shouldn't happen, of course. But I think that the guys are protected. I mean, not protected, maybe not physically, they're not protected enough if they are actually like, you know. But honestly, I think that they're very stable. Like, they start with the Ten of Pentacles. So even physically, they are okay. They are like their energy is very stable. They have the star card, so somehow they're blessed. You know, they're blessed. They are like very lucky. They're very lucky. They are very like, you know, like they are very prosperous. Like everything that they do, it has a stability or it has a monetary you know, outcome. The money is here. That's what I can tell you. They are like fulfilling a lot of the goals that the company has for them, or actually there's some numbers that they have to achieve, and they are achieving it. They are somehow like the stars of the company. Like they really, like they have like this, like, hello, here we come, you know, and this is, we are in a stable force of work. They definitely bring a lot to the company. And they could be like, for now, when it comes to popularity, and they are as a boy group, they are the stars of JYP. But then we start with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, the card of apathy, the card of like, you know, and it's also a period of them actually, probably they are not, like, yes, they have, it's like TXT, it's the same. They are in this sort of golden cage, but they are not emotionally connected. You know, it seems like they go through moments where they are like, what is the purpose of all this? You know, because probably emotionally, they are a bit apathic. They feel a bit like empty, you know, like I should be enjoying this right now, but really I am not. Like, I want to be happy about this, I try my best, but then I go back to my room and I feel like it's just part of what I have to do. And since it's next to the King of Pentacles, definitely I think that it has to do with them doing very well. Like, I know it sounds ironic, but actually when you are a group that is considered successful, you get to a point of where you're like, okay, now what? So I am successful. So, you know, I have all these things and I'm doing well. But why do I feel so empty inside? You know, definitely if you're worried about their career or even their bodies themselves, like, honestly, I don't see them like struggling physically. Because the Pentacles element, it also reflects the body, the physical body. And they have the King of Pentacles. So they are very stable. They are very stable. They are very successful, actually. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Nobody can enjoy their success if they don't have energy to do so. Sometimes you gotta wait and smell the roses. This is insane. Also, someone, they generally also don't love people. Yeah, there's a bit of numbness. Yes, emotional numbness. Yes, like I am a machine. Like I put my body to work. I show up, I put the energy, I am consistent, because this talks about them being consistent. It's not like they are, today they are like working really hard and tomorrow, no. They are going to keep working. They are going to keep working and they are going to keep like making progresses and they are going to keep making great numbers and they probably are going to rule some charts, some, there's a lot of stability in Stray Kids. And actually, I think that they are, because they got the star card, so somehow it's their destiny. They are the star or the chosen one for a lot of people. So the people that push them to the top is the people that want them to be there. So they are like, okay, I have to stay there. I have to stay on the top because they put me there. Do I feel like I am emotionally fulfilled and like, no, sometimes I don't feel anything. But the truth is that they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep providing, and they're going to keep being successful, and they're going to continue working. And probably in the future being the reference to a lot of new groups, people studying them and people talking about, their accomplishments and being like, okay, they are a role model. Like, actually, I don't see, at least for this year or the time being, I don't see them stopping. Also because the guys are very stubborn, and this is the reality. They have a lot of pentacles here, so definitely there's a lot of stubbornness. Probably there's a lot of things that they're feeling inside, or there's a lot of, I don't know, issues, or probably, even when it comes to them feeling tired, or them, their body's telling them that they need to stop, and actually because they are so on automatic, they will not stop. They will not stop. So yeah. And then they got a card of Mars in Virgo, criticism. So yeah, I think that honestly, this could be I wouldn't say it's people's criticizing Stray Kids. I believe it has to do with them criticizing each other, probably. Because like Eva mentioned, there's a lot of Virgo. There's a lot of Virgo in that group. And the ones that are not Virgo, they have Virgo planets. Virgo Mars, Virgo Venus, so, a lot of criticism as a way of communication. It's like, okay, I care about you, I criticize you. I'm living with you, I see every little mistake that you do. So, no, Hyunjin is not a Virgo, but his moon is in Virgo, which is even more. I believe that it's even more influence. It's more. It has a heavy weight on someone being moon in Virgo. Honestly, I think that probably the challenge that they will have to face is them actually not being so critical with each other. Because honestly, this card, what it's telling me is that because of all this numbness, because of all these pentacles that we see here, the prosperity, the stability, the star quality, and everything, they could potentially start criticizing each other because they feel frustrated inside, or they feel a sort of emotional need to express some frustration because everything is so perfect and everything is so stable that they just want to break something, make an interruption of something. And how do they do this? They criticize each other. They literally point the finger at each other. It's like, oh, you messed up today? Oh, it's your fault. You were the one that made a mistake, not me. So they are always watching. They're always watching each other, oh, you didn't do that well today. So in that case, I see them being a bit picky, a bit critical with each other. And I think that this could also create a sort of a bad environment. But they do this because it's sort of like a defense mechanism. It's like, okay, like I cannot express really how I feel because I have no idea how I feel. These guys have no contact with their emotionality. So somehow they feel like I have to lash out somehow. I have to, say something. They are in this, emotionally they are like this. Even if someone asks them how they feel, they do not connect yet. They are not available. They are not available. They are putting, also I think that it's because of how demanding their work is. It's like, they are like, we are so busy. This is not the moment to get emotional. This is not the moment to think about my feelings. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, I got, like an emotional like outburst. No. This is about work. Get back to work. Be consistent. Do not fail on this tour. Keep going. Do not fail. So, if I see that you are lacking a bit, or if I notice, especially calling each other lazy, because we do have a lot of Virgo, but that the shadow, the polarizing side, or the other aspect of Virgo, the opposite is Pisces. So what's the worst thing you can call a Virgo? Oh, you are such a Pisces. You are acting like a Pisces. You're being too emotional. You're being too dreamy. You're being too much in your head. You're imagining things. You are not grounded like me. You are too lazy. That's something. The lazy word, it's the worst insult that you can give a Virgo placement. So probably, honestly, I believe that these guys want to feel lazy for once. They want to be lazy. Like this. Like really, just sitting here and minding my business. But somehow with this Mars in Virgo, it's like I cannot, because I have so much things to do. I have an stability to sustain. I have a name, a reputation to sustain. I cannot stop. I cannot acknowledge that I have feelings, that I have flaws, that I have hesitation. I cannot hesitate. I'm a King of Pentacles. I'm building my enterprise. I'm building my own business. I'm growing. We are growing as a group. We are expanding. So we have to show up like this. There's no moment to be lazy. So, with the Mars in Virgo, definitely I see them like being a bit like, picking on each other because of frustration, because of, I feel like this is like more like it happens among them. It's not the public. It's not the public like be critical with them. No, I think that it's among them. Probably like them saying a few things to each other and being passive aggressive. And you definitely noticing that they are like so exhausted, but they don't allow themselves to rest. They are like so on guard, so vigilant, so like this eye, I cannot close my eyes. I have to stay vigilant. I cannot close my eyes. I cannot go to sleep. I have to keep with my eyes open. I have to observe everything, every little detail. I have to be, yeah. At least there's a balance. Some groups call one person out. At least it's fairly distributed, even though it's stressful. They probably get over it because they know where it comes from. Yeah, it's just that there's no emotionality in Stray Kids. Like I think that for example, if Hyunjin would be a different kind of Pisces, but definitely I thank God that he's a different kind of Pisces, because if it was like a February Pisces, he would be suffering in that group, full of Virgo energy. He would be suffering, like really. But I think that there's not much, there's not one of them that is like nurturing emotionally. You know, like emotionally deep, but deep in the sense of like, I'm into my feelings. I'm really allowing myself to feel so deep. And I acknowledge my intensity. And I acknowledge even Lino. Even Lino, that Lino is the Scorpio of the group, but him with that moon in Sagittarius, he probably is in denial all the time about what he probably doesn't even know what his emotional needs are. You know, because he's so like into, you know, being like moving, you know, and adapting and changing and growing and expanding, you know, because his moon in Sagittarius is also very curious, you know, and wants to perfectionate as well. His Mars is also in Virgo, so you know he is a different kind of a Scorpio. He's a much more Scorpio that is not like, oh, I'm in my feelings or I'm sensing, like I'm connecting with my intuition. No, he's much more like, I want results. I want to get these results. I want to get this. So, and also probably in the company also they do not have someone like you know, someone significant, you know, that is like, okay, with this person I can talk about. Because it's not just talking, because you can be very good at talking and being very communicative and being like, oh yes, let's talk about our feelings today. And like, yes, I believe that you have, you know, and you are actually like just expressing through the intellectual side. And sometimes being emotional, it has to do with you being quiet and connecting with what's going on inside of you. Like, let's stop all rationality, all excuses, the pretty words, all the speeches. Like, let's be quiet and let's connect with what's going on with you. And not interrupting you, nor trying to, or being like, oh, I have the feeling that you are going through this, and I see that you are going and you are acting like this, you know, and it's not about others putting words in your mouth or others telling you how you feel. It's more about you embracing how you feel. You know, and for you to have that, you have to have someone that enables you to open up. And sometimes this is what these companies do not have, because they are more concentrated on, you know, sales. Like, okay, like I want you to accomplish these numbers and this and this and this, and yes, please don't break a leg. Like, please try not to get injured. Stay healthy, you know, because you know your body is our investment. So please, like, try not to, you know, break something or catch a cold. No, I think that they're going to continue. They're going to continue. But yeah, there with that card of Mars in Virgo, definitely their interactions must be a bit like, you know, heavy topics, heavy conversations, heavy. Oh, I wanted to pull some. I'm going to. wait, guys, because I'm going to put some cards for the group's energy, but I have to get the major arcanas. Wait, I'll be right back. Remember that I wanted to do this dynamic of pulling a major arcana to see what major arcana rules each group. So I have to get the major arcana out, and I don't want to do it with the usual decks that I use, because then I have to reshuffle all them all over. I'm going to use this one, this is a deck that I don't use that often. Yes. Yeah, I always say idol companies need a counselor that they talk to, yes, on a weekly in the company, like a building. But the industry is so shady. Idols would probably think they're gonna use the info against them. Yeah, like I would work for them. Like I would put my services for them. I would work for idols. I would be an idol counselor. And actually, I don't know, because we do have our confidentiality, Amura. I don't know. I worked once with the company, and actually, what I always tell them is that, I cannot share what they tell me. I can do a report to talk a bit about, the general state of their process and of how they're doing mentally. But I cannot say exactly what they say to me, except maybe this is my incumbency of what I have to do. I have to report, or I have to speak up about this, or maybe to authorities, if I notice that there could be a tendency to harm themselves or harm others. In that sense, I have to file a report, or I have to let authorities know. But in the case of the topic of conversation and what they express and everything, that's confidential. I mean, I can give a report to the company or to whoever is interested, but I cannot put the details. No, Amora. I worked with a company that it was from another. No. I wish I would I would be able to work with idols. But yes, that would be a great tool for artists in general to have this. But unfortunately, companies, and I'm not talking about K-pop, but other companies, even like in other work fields, they are not interested. They don't want to put the money in there. They don't want to pay for that. They are here for work. Like, we are not, like, they should find happiness elsewhere. Like, we pay them here to work, not to talk about their emotional issues. So, yeah. Unfortunately, some companies, they don't want to put money in that. They don't want to invest. They don't want to invest in solving of problems or conflict among coworkers. They just don't want. They just expect things to get fixed, like, on their own. Okay, I'm going to pull a major arcana to see what this group is represented, what major arcana energy represents each group. And this is not, to see their overall energy, it's to predict something. This is more about what major arcana represents a certain group. So if you want, you can name, or you can say the name of the group that you want me to pull cards for. I'm going to pull only one because it's going to be one major arcana, one card. Yes, only groups. Okay, mosaics. P1Harmony. Why do I call it P1Harmony? I wrote it down, Samara. Why I had the P1Harmony. Oh my God, it's P1Harmony. I'm unbelievable sometimes. I cannot be so dumb. I was calling them P1Harmony. Oh my. PH1. Please, the fans are going to come for me. They're going to no. Okay, let's start with Monster X. Monster X, they got the Sun card. Okay, for the Mon Bebés of the community, they got the Sun card. So this means that Monster X as a group is a group that, yes, they bring a lot of enthusiasm to their energy, and also how they present themselves and what they give out to the audience. They give this energy. All of them have very strong and powerful energies that they just shine. And they are also this group that remains optimistic and always shining despite of all the hardships and despite of all the, probably all the struggles that they had to face. They always remain like these young children, like connecting with your inner child. That's for them is like the identity of the group. It's like, okay, like we may not be at our best, but we are having fun. You are never going to see us like complaining or, being like slow, like low in energy and negative. No, they are always going to be bright and spontaneous and just like lighting up any situation. They are like they have this force inside of them that it's also the force of creation. They create the light for themselves. They do not need like artificial scenarios or props or exterior forces to somehow create this atmosphere. They bring the sun themselves. They bring the ray lights, the light, the splendor aside of. They bring the fun also with them. They are very fun. They are very like in the moment. You sense that when they are like in an event or at an interview, they are very present in there. That's why they shine so much, because they are present. Everything that they do, they come with brightness. They shine because they focus on the now. Okay, what can I do? What can we do now for the people that came here to see us? What can we do now with, I don't know, this MB that we have to work on, or this comeback? What do we have available in ourselves, the people that we are here now? What do we have to give the fans? Everything that they give comes from themselves, and they believe a lot in themselves. They believe that they have the potential to shine, so other people can take that shine, that optimism. They do not ever hesitate. They just go and expose themselves. They are like, okay, yes, maybe I'm being childish, I'm being chaotic, I'm being loud, I don't care, but let's have fun together. Let's connect with our inner child while we are together. Let's connect with authenticity. What you see of me is my whole potential. I'm giving it my all, because I don't know how else to feel. This is, I bring you this. I bring you the sun. They have balanced energy and astrology. They are water, earth, and air signs with Keeho being a cups. Mon bébé love them because they don't have a defeatist mindset. Yes, they will always be optimistic. Always. You will not see them like this, oh, why me? Oh, life is tough, Okay, P1Harmony. Now P1. Please, guys, correct me. PH. No. I'm not going to say their names anymore. Stop it. Yeah, I suck at this. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, they got the universe. The naked lady is here, so I'm covering it. The universe. The universe is the usual card that we see as the world card. So they can be many things. This group can be many things, but also they are always on the move. And probably the members are a mix of personalities. Of course, every group has a mix of personalities, but for them it really works, their dynamic, that each one of them has a different experience and a different flavor that they can bring as a group. And with the universe, it means that you cannot put barriers to what they can do. They always, it seems like when they have a concept, they finish it, and then when they start another one, it's very different. So they always rely on this somehow holistic kind of energy. It's even when you think that you know what we are about, our project, our identity is bigger than the concept that we're given, or what we are introducing to the fans or to the audience. We are much more. we mean so much more. Like we are always on the move. We are always integrating new sounds, new ideas, new, like probably like also introducing a lot of ideas at once. So people feeling like very whole, very, probably if you are a fan of them, you feel like they are everything and nothing at the same time. You know, it's like this never-ending force that you are like, oh, I think that, you know, this is it. You know, like I had this experience with them. I think that this is, you know, this is the end. And then when you think that you get it, you get what they're about, they come again with something new. And it starts all over. And it's this very strong experience of the unknown, the mix of what is known and the mix of what is not known, you know, a sort of mystery. And definitely they have like a vast concept. So if you get into them, you probably have to study a lot, because I believe there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of like probably symbolism, different characters, different like philosophies. You know, like this group is very whole. It's very like, it's everything and nothing combined at the same time. You know, it's a mix of a lot of experiences at once, and it never ends. It never ends. Even when you think that you have them figured out, they can surprise you. They can come back with something totally different, and it starts all over. And also they have probably a very universal message, so they can connect with different kind of audiences and people. You know, sometimes in some moments they are for these people, and then for in the next they bring other kinds of audience. So you will never know. You cannot classify what kind of fan you are just because you listen to them. You know, they are for everyone. They are like worldwide. They are like universal, literally. And it can be a bit overwhelming, yes, because I believe there's a lot of influence. There's a lot of like mix of a lot of things that you have to pay attention. So probably you're like, wow, I have to study, or I have to, you know, it's not for someone that wants something superficial. No. Okay, who else, guys? What other group? Give me names of groups. Purple Kiss? Okay. Purple Kiss. Purple Kiss, they got the card of lust, but this is the card of, it would be like the strength card. But here in this deck is called lust, the card of lust. Wait, that I'm running down there. I think that for, sorry, naked lady again. For Purple Kiss, they definitely like, they represent the, you know, when you're going through moments of where you feel like you have to remain strong. You know, they probably have this very strong attitude of like, you know, we are insatiable, like we are not stopping. Even when you think that you figure us out, or you think that we are passionate, like you have no idea. Because the card of lust, it also talks about creativity. And it talks about, like the strength card, like the Leo card. When you connect with creativity, when you connect with, this is why she's holding the cup. Do you see? She's holding the potential. But this is probably a group that it's also very mysterious in the way they deliver creativity. Probably when you think that, oh, this is what they're going for, actually, they have a lot of things saved inside of them. They probably have a lot of potential that they haven't revealed yet to the public. But I think that for them, everything has been tough. So this is why they got the card of lust, the card of the strength card, because it means that even though there had been moments where they could have given up, or they could have get frustrated with the results, or with, somehow being a bit on the defensive about how they were perceived, they remain strong. They remain there. They have so much potential. They have so much inside of them. They have so much into this cup. So even when you think like, oh, they are not, I don't know, I haven't seen them, or probably, I don't know if they are in hiatus, or if they are not that promoted. They are always working. They have like a lot of lust and hunger for creation. So especially the female, I know this is a girl group, but they are very talented in the sense that they are creators. They are creators. They have so much potential. They are like, oh, you think that because we are female and we are beautiful, or because, you definitely, like, there's something about that people like taking them for granted, and not seeing that actually these ladies, they are very hungry for being creators and taking the lead, and actually showing that females are better creators at music than the guys, actually. Because somehow they are like, I have a lot of creations of my own saved here. But just because, I'm a female, you are not paying attention to what I have to offer. Because you prefer to, to give it to the boy groups, or to the male idol, and they remain strong and stable. They are like, okay, maybe today we don't get the results that we want, but we will remain strong. We will remain here because we have lust. We have a strong desire, overwhelming desire and passion for our craft. So even when they want to take us down, we are still remaining here because we are warriors. There's a lot of like feminism. There's a lot of, but feminism, because we are against males. No, it's not about that. It's more about them recognizing that sometimes it's a battle, and sometimes there are moments where they could have given up. But they were like, instead of getting angry at the society, or the companies, or how the system is being like somehow delivered, I remain, I have the cup here. I have my potential here. So as long as I'm feeling lustful and very passionate about my craft and my role, they will not stop me. Okay, let's pull cards for XG. Oh, XG. XG, they got the Sun card again. The Sun card, like mosaics. So yeah, definitely, I think that this group is very like ruled by Leo energy, because definitely they get a lot of attention. They get a lot of attention. We were talking about this with Samara. We were mentioning that I do like them. I think that they are very, very like, they're like we were mentioning, they're very charismatic. So definitely what they can bring is also very enthusiasm, a lot of enthusiasm, and at the same time a lot of like uh, a lot of being very hopeful, you know, and I think, yes, XG. And also, you know, I think that this has to do with the day that I pulled a Leo card from the Oracle, that it was the card of generosity. Again, we go back to the Leo energy. So this is girls that they will show themselves as, you know, as playful and optimistic, and they will shine and they will show their best side, even though there's a lot of people hating on them, and there's a lot of people that don't accept them, and probably there's a lot of people that will make fun of how bright they shine, or how I don't know, effervescence their personalities are, you know, and how cheerful they are, and how happy they look, and how, I don't know, how they shine in their outfits. You know, they will definitely like catch a lot of people attention, and maybe people will be like, oh, like, you know, maybe aren't you shining so too bright? You know, we don't shine that bright here. Like, you know, you should be a bit like humble. You know, people telling them to be a bit more humble. You know, like, oh, you're just starting and you're like them being called being too much. You know, but actually because they have the potential to shine. And like this is a card that also Monster X got. This talks about hardships, and this talks about you remaining optimistic despite of having a lot of people with a very negative and dark attitude, trying to like somehow be contagious and like trying to like influence you to get into being moody and dark and being down in energy and not shining and just being, you know, being gray. And no, this card, the sun card, is like, no, we bring the sun, we bring happy times, we bring like you know, fun times, you know, we bring our inner child. So when we are out there in this scenario, it's for you to have fun with us, it's for you to jump with us, to have fun with our music, like, you know, just like let's connect with, you know, our happy self. Let's smile, like let me entertain you. This is the entertainer card, like let me entertain you. But yes, of course, I will put myself in the spotlight, and I will not shine less because you are uncomfortable with how I shine. You know, I will show myself like this. I will dance in the light. You know, even though you want me to be in the dark and you want me to be plain and you want me to be boring, no, I will shine. Okay, then I have Blackpink. Oh, Blackpink. Is he naked? No. Are these people naked? Probably. Blackpink, they got the devil card. This is very Blackpink. They got the devil card. So here, for Blackpink, it means that what the energy of the group, what they bring is the ability to hold on really tight to people. Like, or actually people holding on really tight to them. People being obsessed, like literally. People being obsessed. And them actually claiming their power. Like, because I think that Blackpink is not power hungry, but I think that because the devil is showing you your shadow side. So it's like, you hate me, but you still cannot stop watching me. You despise me, but you cannot let me go. You say you don't know anything about me, but you still like are lurking into my business. So I have some influence over you. Hola, Lari. This is what black pink energy shows. That despite of all the haters and everyone talking about them, you cannot let me go. I'm an addiction to you. You are addicted to me. And it's time for you to face it. Because I'm just a person, we are just a group. We're just a group, yeah. We're just a group of 4 girls, you know, you can name, like, you know, you can put all the names you want to us and what we do. But the reality is that we have power over you. And you cannot leave us alone. And while you are obsessed with us, and you want us to bring us down, we are still on the top. Because the devil, it's all about, you know, like, I don't know why I struggle so much with this word in English. It's a very Capricorn word. It's, this word, it's always sleeping in my mind. It's when you're very obsessed with power, not power, but with getting things. Ambitious. Ambition. That very Capricorn. I'm not that Capricorn that this word is not, I'm not familiar with this. No, ambitious. Yeah, but those words that you said, guys, it's true. Like infatuated, fixated, it's the same. Because if you notice here, that I don't want to show it because they're naked, but you see the devil here. Yes, this is the card of Capricorn. You're right, Eva. And you see these people inside these bubbles trapped in here. And he's watching over them. But you see, he's not like touching them. He's not touching these gloves. He's not touching this. He's not doing anything to keep them in here. They're in here because of their own will. So it's like, if you're so infatuated with me, whether you're a hater or a lover, like, that's on you. I'm still in my power. I'm still like, you know, that's on you. You should reflect on you. I'm minding my business. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, but why are you so obsessed with me? Like something like this, you know? I'm sitting here on the top very comfortably, seeing you freak out. This is how powerful they are. This is how powerful they are. Larry, if you're still here, we are doing a dynamic about, I'm pulling, I have major arcanas here, and I'm pulling some cards, one card, to see what major arcana it represents a group in particular. So if you have a group in mind, you can actually comment it. I have read already for Monster X, P1Harmony, Purple Kiss, XG, Black Pink, and now I'm reading for Everglow. What's going on with this sun card? Everglow, they got the sun card again. The third group, they got the sun card. So yes, definitely another group that it doesn't matter if you like them or not, if you don't support them, they are always going to shine. Everglow, and literally, they are called Everglow. So I think that this is also a group that just their presence is light. They are the main characters. They every time they enter a room, they bring the glow, they bring the shine. So you cannot, yeah, but you know it's they are not, but they have the potential. They have the potential, and I think that what they bring is that they really like they're really entertainers, and they enjoy and they have so much fun when they're having a comeback or when they're working. These are people that they are optimistic despite of the lack of opportunities. And I think that this is also very, you know, very meaningful about that. It's very curious that actually the people that could potentially struggle a lot with having a comeback, like having the proper resources, like, you know, having the proper promotion, you know, these are the people that remain the most hopeful, and they shine so much. They shine so much, and they try to keep the mood up, and they try to, you know, show their best side, you know, and their best energy, even though probably they are surrounded by a lot of darkness, and they are surrounded by a lot of void, and people just like ignoring them and not giving them the proper attention that they need, you know. This is why when the lights are on them and when they are in the spotlight or when they have their moment, they shine so much. With so little, they shine so much. And this is not something that you can emulate. The energy of the sun, the possibility of you actually like enjoying, connecting with your inner child, connecting with love, connecting with joy, connecting with having fun and being spontaneous. That's something that a lot of groups wish they had. You know, the sort of excitement, you know, the sort of like, you know, I'm really happy I'm here. Like, this is fun. I'm having fun. And wherever I go, I bring the fun with me. You know, I bring the light, I bring the warmth, probably them being very warm with the fans, you know, being very charismatic, being very like vibrant, you know, and just like, you know, and people around them like looking at them like, why are you bright? Are you shining so bright? They probably have a lot of people jealous. A lot of people are jealous of them or envy their ability to shine so much in moments of a lot of darkness. But I guess that this also lets you know that it's not over, that the potential is there, and they eventually will have their moment. But yeah, don't give up. They have that. And mix. Oh my pen is failing me. Okay, and mix. Well, mx got the opposite of the sun, the moon. Here there are no naked people, so I don't have to cover it. The moon card for mx. mx is mx potential is a bit hidden. You know, it seems like I know they haven't debuted for a long time. I know that they haven't been around for a long time. They are like, are they new or something like that? I remember when wasn't it last year or the year before it? But definitely, I sense that there's they are still hidden. They are not being shown, or probably you do not see. They are a sort of mystery for people because it seems like you still cannot figure them out, or the concept or what they are about. Like even though when they present themselves, it seems like still there are parts of them that are still a bit in the dark. Are probably, people that observe them or are fans of them probably a mix about them a feeling of like we're still not seeing everything, like there's something inside, we are still in the dark with them, like they are still like in the face of reflecting how much they want to show of themselves. I don't know if there's some secret in there, or if there's some member, or if there's something about the group that is a mystery for people. Or it's like you want to really like get to know them, or probably go deep into what they are giving as artists, and you still cannot figure them out. It's like, what is there? Like, and probably for people it's a bit like you could get a bit suspicious, because you sense that there's a lot going on, that there's a deepness in there, because the moon card also talks about our unconscious. So probably can also provoke people to fear for them, to have like a fear for them, like, what if they don't get enough promotion? What if they don't get enough chances? What if a rumor comes out? What if something gets ruined for them? What if a secret comes out? Like there's this fear of what if something resurfaces from these dark waters? And it just, ruins everything, because somehow it seems like the inability to see what they're really about is what makes people somehow have these conspiracy theories about them, or having these like making assumptions about them, somehow like creating fake stories about them, or being suspicious. If the members are close, if there is sort of mystery, and people is like interested in knowing what's in the group. You are really interested, like I want to know what's in here. I want to reveal the mystery, but at the same time you feel a bit like, what if in there what if my worst fear is in there? Somehow I fear it, but I want to know. They're very interesting. They are very interesting. Very interesting. Do you have any more groups, guys? Because otherwise I'm going to get going because I have to cook. So this is my last moments in here today. Stacy. They got the sun card again. Yeah. I pull again because I wanted to see if I shuffle right. They got the sun card that for me at this point is a card of popularity. Like definitely the sun card has been like coming out a lot for these groups. I did say that I'm going to pull one card, but you know, they got the sun card again. So definitely very popular, very popular. Also like very like optimistic, you know. I'm very curious about these groups that got the sun card, you know, because definitely there's a pattern in there. Like there's this strong need to remain hopeful, even though, you know, probably their reality is very different from this. But this is what they want to transmit to the audience, this security, this confidence, this power, this, you know, strong energy of like, you know, I want you to look at me and I want you to have fun when you are watching me perform. And I want you to have fun when you listen to my songs. You know, I want to keep the mood up. I don't want you to like feel down or feel like, oh, you know, I should reflect about my life and what I'm doing with my life while you're listening to their music. No, they're like, let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's dance. Let's be goofy together. Come on, you know. And I also pulled an extra card to see if I could, like, since there's a lot that got the sun card, and they got the Empress. So definitely this is a group that has a lot of potential to keep growing. Stacy could keep growing, could keep growing and expanding, even though, yeah, but I definitely see them put a lot of effort because, you know, Samara, like I tell you, for me, it's a bit like I would like go a bit deeper to see why they got the sun card. You know, I guess that, like I tell you, for me, is remaining optimistic to the face, to facing the audience with an optimistic energy. Like I really give you my all, I give you my optimistic self, because otherwise, you know, backstage, the reality is different. Backstage, there's no shining. But when I'm in front of you, when you are watching me, when you are like, you know, playing my videos, I want you to see me shine. Yes, you seem to have like, yeah, probably. Yeah, but also, you know, Amoura also said Monster X, so definitely there's like this need to, I think that these people have, they had been survivors somehow, you know, they had survived the darkness of, you know, when because sometimes when people see the sun card, because it's very shining and it's all about, you know, gold and shine, people think like, oh, it's like you've been the golden child or the golden group and you've been like all luxurious and prosperous and magnificent. No, actually the sun is about, you know, like let's come out to the light, like let's show you that despite of everything being really dark, we are really trying to keep, you know, being hopeful here, being joyful, like bring you some joy. You know, this is our main focus. This is what we go for. This is our concept. This is what we want to achieve when we are with you. So, yeah. Then you said, Les Serafim. I believe you said Les Seraphim, right? Or okay, Les Seraphim. Ah, Les Seraphim, they got the devil again, like Blackpink. So yeah, Les Seraphim is another another group that has this this attitude or this energy of like, you know, I'm not like holding you hostage to be a fan of me. You are consuming what I do, you are watching me, you are following me because you want to. So if you get addicted to me, you know, it has to do with that my image or my concept or we as a group, we evoke something to you. It has to do with your shadow self. And I'm not saying this about the fans. It has to do with people that they are like, I don't know if I like the group, or I don't know if I'm convinced about their music, or oh, have you heard about their scandals? You know, like all this criticism, but still you consume my music, you watch my videos, you observe me, you want to get to know me, you know, so you are somehow like building a sort of dependency on me. And also these girls, just like Blackpink, they could get a lot of criticism and also a lot of, I sense that with these girls, there's a lot of love-hate relationship. And I think that probably it has to do with the female audience. The female audience like somehow feeling a sort of like envy towards them, you know, towards what they represent as females. You know, probably like, oh, I don't like your message, or I don't like the way you dress. Like your outfit is too revealing. Like you are too tall. You are too skinny. You are too perfect. Like, oh no, you are interacting with this idol, and you know women shouldn't be like this, or an idol shouldn't be like this. You know, like all this shadow that they evoke this sort of jealousy in the audience. You know, it's like you have so many bad things to say about me, but you still are watching me. You're still a fan somehow. Why are you so obsessed with me? The same, the Mariah Carey song. Yeah. It's very interesting. Okay, I'm done. It was entertaining, it was nice. I had been here for almost 3 hours. But yeah. Maybe tomorrow I will come back, but I will do it in my afternoon at 1 p.m. my time. Yes, it was. Summer. Thank you for your recommendations. Thank you. So yes, tomorrow we will. Oh no. Oh no. Well, tomorrow we will come back at another hour, probably 1 p.m. my time. Like I believe it's almost 1 p.m. now. So other people can join, and maybe we can keep pulling like more cards like this. And if there's another subjects that we didn't discuss today, leave your recommendations if you want in the video so I can read you. So yes, so tomorrow we can pull more cards. So thank you guys for being here. Bye.